So it is a very difficult position for the government to be in. But that's why I think one of the biggest problems here is sticking to fiscal rules that perhaps aren't appropriate anymore. Because if we do invest in people and we do give children the best start in life, help people who are in work to stay in work and find the next role as quickly
You're
as
staving
possible,
off those problems further down the line,
you're
aren't you?
staving off those problems in the future. And if you don't do that, I mean, in some ways, the level of inactivity we've got today is partly fueled by ill thought through cuts sort of 10 years ago. And we're paying for it now. There may have been some savings in that fiscal year,
Mm.
but I mean, we're in a much worse position today. And I think that's the kind of problem that the
Because we
government
didn't
really
invest in
deal
people, we
with.
divested from people, didn't we? In many ways,
Yeah,
in
yeah, there was
austerity. Yeah.
absolutely, and we were making short-term savings with a view that people will figure it out. It's not that bad out there. And lo and behold, actually, people do need that kind of investment. Not just in themselves. It's not just money to them, but it's also investment in communities, making sure that that ability to kind of be active, so you don't have to spend sort of 4 quid in a coffee shop each time you want to go out and spend time with someone.
Mm.
You know, there are libraries out
Yeah,
there. There
it
are kind of
sounds it
being invested
sounds
in.
quite clinical, doesn't it? Talking about economically active and economically inactive people and getting people to be economically active again. That's, I mean, it is clinical language, but the truth of it, I'm economically active. You're economically active. What flows from that is enormous, isn't it? Your own security flows from it. Your capacity to spend money in other people's businesses flows from it. Your capacity to take care of family who may be in crisis flows from it. Your capacity to give charitably flows from it. There's all kinds of things that of
And
benefits and goods that appear when someone is economically active and strong.
and being economically inactive, and I always like to use the example of children, but it applies just as well to elderly people. You know, putting
Mm.
money in their pockets, they're not economically active, but making sure a child who's getting healthy start vouchers, but even before they get to school age, means they're learning better. I mean, this is well proven, well
Yeah,
proven stuff. That shows that they're in a better place to eat well, learn better, be school ready, be in a better place to start school well. That's the right kind of investment you want to be making in
mm.
in in our economics. And similarly, for older people, we've been on the show talked about kind of the work we've done on pension credit and now attendance allowance take up campaigns to help older people who are missing out on this support to access this support that is out there for them. It actually does pay off for the state as well. Yeah, everyone
Of
thinks it's kind of
course,
money in
yeah.
their pocket, but the social care costs, one, fall because people have the money to pay for their own social care. That's partly what attendance allowance is there for.
Mm.
But also they live a happier, healthier, and longer life,
And the adult
which is
children don't have to give up
fundamentally
their
one of
jobs to look after them,
absolutely,
which is another fiasco,
yeah,
isn't
which
it?
is a growing problem, of course.
You mentioned pension credits. Can I ask you about that before you go? Because I was hearing one minister, or sorry, reading a quote of one minister the other day saying we've done brilliant work on getting on getting people onto pension credits who should have been on it and weren't. And I think the number they quoted was 50,000. But there are many more than that, aren't there, who should be on or could be on pension credit and aren't?
Yeah, but I would say, since the winter fuel cut, I think that response to people missing out on pension credit has been admirable. So it's good that you've got more people claiming that
So
weren't
the
before.
DWP moved quite quickly on that, did it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but along with other local authority, local partners and others. So you can see in the data that, the uplift is over 50,000 now actually in terms of new pensioners claiming pension credit who weren't previously.
Which means they can
Um,
access winter fuel allowance.
Absolutely, they can access the winter fuel payment. But pension credit itself is worth, a significant amount, almost £4,000, up to £4,000. Well, it tops up your income, so
Yeah.
it can be worth different amounts for different people.
Mm.
But on the wider point, there's 700,000 pensioners probably missing out on pension credit. So I think that takes into account the 50,000 that sort of applied or so. But it's more than 500,000
So there's
pensioners who
plenty of
could
work to be done on
but
that
aren't.
still.
And across a whole range of other benefits too. I gave the example of Healthy Start, but when we've worked with the local authorities to text um, mothers who are missing out on Healthy Start, the feedback we get from the survey responses is incredible. Like, I can feed my child today. It's super powerful stuff that
Yes.
if you help people access the support they're eligible for, it means you can design a better system
Yeah.
because you're not relying on sort of gaps in the system to kind of make your savings. You can actually design a system that gets the right support to those that need it the most.
And
And that's fundamentally something I believe in.
and the pain of a parent that can't properly feed their child on a given day is
Yeah.
must be terrible. Must be absolutely
Yeah,
terrible.
and the relief they feel when they can, because that is what this support is there for. I think I try to focus on the positives.
Thank you very much, Deven. Always good to talk to you. Deven Ghelani, Director of Policy and Practice, and one of the architects, amongst others, of the Universal Credit System.